Hey guys, welcome back to Aquaheliac. I'm Josh. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Wahoo rig. Basically a Ballyhoo rig with a deep set hook. Just like so. I'm going to show you start to finish everything that we're using. I'm going to show you how to put it away, and when we get done I am going to show you how to rig this long, deep hook set in a select or horse Ballyhoo. So I'm gonna put this guy away, show you what we're working with. I like to roll them nice and big here. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm gonna leave that for later to rig. So these are our colors. That guy. But we're going to start from scratch. So I've got some 120 pound wire, and I stretch it way out. You can't see it, but I basically do a wingspan which is about 6-7 feet. The reason why I do it so long is in case the tail whips, hits the wire. That's happened to us before on a smaller wire and snaps it. We do not want that. Okay, so first I'm going to do the end haywire loop that I am going to connect to my snap swivel. Oops. And this heavy wire is really hard to work with, so we're going to get it started, and then I'm going to use some pliers because my hands will not hold that guy, and we're just going to twist. It's very important to get both wires to twist. You do not want to wrap one around the other, and this larger wire is kind of harder to do. I like it. So I get about 5 of those wire twists, and then we are going to loop it right around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I like it. All right. So a lot of times people will fold this and break it. We're gonna try and do it. Sometimes it's higher. There we go. You just wrap it and twist it, and that way it's nice and clean. That way when you're grabbing it when you have a fish, you're not gonna cut yourself. Okay. So from there, I actually have a 4-ounce leaded Islander. I love Islanders. Don't buy the cheap stuff. The heads are not built the same. They do a lot of different things. So my colors of choice, I like to mix black, blue, purple, white. Those are my colors. Pretty much in everything. Oh, pink. I love pink. So we're going to stick this guy in there. And even though we have a weighted skirt, we are going to use a little 1-ounce chin weight. So I'm going to slide that on first. Okay. I've got a 10-aught needle eye. Very important to have the needle eye because we're going to pull this hook all the way through the body. And those big round loops kind of bunk up the Ballyhoo a little bit. So we're going to go from the underside. That way we're pulling it. When the fish hits, it pulls it and it hooks it. Same kind of thing. We're going to leave about 6 inches. And then we're going to start our haywire twist again. Very important to get that twisting. Go back to my pliers. Twist away. This is going to be a long haywire twist. I want to get that as straight as possible, okay? So the length of these is really going to depend on the size of the ballyhoo that you're using. Normally I get a case of ballyhoo at the beginning of the season, and I kind of make new rigs to fit the ballyhoo I'm using, because ideally I want to have this hook like right here coming out the ballyhoo butthole, because I don't like to get tail bit. I'm going to go a little bit farther, and I rig them like that mainly on the you know, when we're wahoo fishing or running stuff on the leads for mahi fishing. The mahi do like to hit the back of the skirts, I've noticed. All right. Now we're just going to slide the weight right over that haywire twist, so it's free sliding. Okay. And then we're going to tighten up our barb. Make the spin transition there. These could really be as many as you want. I just like it to be nice and clean. Okay, so while I'm working on this, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the channel. You know, we just like to party down here in Florida. If the weather's nice, we're out fishing, and we take the GoPros and we film it. We do tuna fishing. We do the other side tournament every year in the Bahamas. It's a really cool tournament. You got to catch 3 species: wahoo, mahi, and tuna. The guys up here in Melbourne, Florida put it on. We also do a lot of mudding videos. We do a lot of how-to videos. You know, do a lot of everything. Even show you how to make resin tables. So, all right. So this is key right here. We want that barb straight up in line, if you can see that. Okay, we want it straight in line, because that's kind of like, this is kind of going to be like the rudder for the ballyhoo. So that's straight. All right. Now, how long you cut this? A couple keys on this, right? You want this to go through the bridge nose of the ballyhoo. Also, you don't want it so long that when the skirt slides back and forth, it breaks this barb off. So we are going to go about, it's a little long, it's about 1 inch. It's all right with me. I do like the copper wire. Very simple for the copper wire for me. Okay, I just leave about 1/4 inch. Do a couple little wraps of one side of the barb, and one big wrap around the other side. Okay, and then we're going to use that. All right, and then finished product. Boom. That's nice when the hook is right there at the end of that skirt. All right. So we're just gonna, when I roll these up, I move my hand up just a little bit so I can move this when I'm doing ballyhoo and I don't have to unroll everything. Some people roll it real tight. I don't like to roll it real tight, because then your wire ends up like a slinky, and I do feel like the fish see that. So nice big rolls. I always like 4 wraps, 1, 2, 3, 4 to hold it all in place. And now I'm going to show you how to rig the ballyhoo. You're probably going to see me with black gloves. It's not because I don't mind my hands being stinky, but I busted that finger open, cut that finger up, so we're going to stay here, and I am going to go get the ballyhoo, and we're going to rig these guys right up here. All right, these are giant horse ballyhoo. Big boys. These last a long time. So they're kind of older. We'll see how they are. Now, what I do like to do with these, we do take the eyes out. Ugh. That started right, huh? Ballyhoo juice to the face. So we're going to get the eyeballs out. Why do we take the eyeballs out? Well, We take the oh man, I'm getting shot with this stuff. We take the eyeballs out because as these ballyhoo pull, the eyes will come out, and then it makes the ballyhoo spin. So we're gonna just take them out. Well, it's just like a broken plastic rod. That's all I'm using. All right. Now what else do we do to prep the ballyhoo? We will snap this beak off. Some people like to snap it after the fact. I just go ahead and do it now. I try to get the brittle part off. All right. Then we also want to break the backbone. So we're just going to pinch it like so, all the way down it. A lot of people like to squeeze the stomach and then get the poop out. I'm going to leave the poop in because I want to show you what a proper ballyhoo does when the poop's still in it. If you get right down the line with the hook, the poop will come out. So we're just going to work this ballyhoo a little bit so it doesn't break. Okay, we want it to swim in the water. All right. We're going to prep all the ballyhoo ahead of time. So I'll also line them up shortest to biggest. And I saved the biggest for the end with my favorite lure that has the longest hook set. So we will start with the short one first. So I do believe this would be the short one. So we're going to measure. Let me put it on this side for you. So the barb is going to come through the nose. We want that hook coming right out, right there. Okay, so we're going to mark with the hook right where we want it to come out. Okay, that way I know right where I've measured it. Now let me see if I can get this for you. All right, we're going to go through right up underneath the gill plate. Okay, you can see that. Let's see. Yep, right there. So now we literally are gonna feel that hook. We're gonna feel that hook go right down the spine. And you can see it's pooping. That means I'm going right down the poop chute. I'm gonna find that hole I put in is back there. We're gonna pull that hook through. Push it through. Okay. Boom. Now, I hope you guys can see this okay. We're gonna push that lead right up in his jaw and we're gonna pull where we want that hook and then hold it tight. Push that barb through. So now we're going to go through the eye on the bottom. Okay. And then we're going to go up on the top. Now I personally like to wrap one loop around the barb, and then I like to wrap, make sure the mouth gets closed and the wire stays straight. All the way to the end. Then we're going to come back a little bit. Okay. All right. Now we're going to slide our skirt right over top. And it should sit nice and loose, right? Look how it's barely sticking out all the way at the back. What I like to do, turn the skirt to where when it's swimming it kind of hides that hook. And man, that's a rig right there. Alright, so again, we're going to measure it with the Ballyhoo. From there, and the hook set's going to come out right there. We're not quite to the butthole like we like, but mark it with my thumb. I'm going to flip it upside down and mark where I want that hook to come out of. I'm going to go through the gill, underneath the gill, excuse me, right behind it. And I'm going to bend the Ballyhoo right around that hook. Notice I'm doing it sideways, okay? I'm going to push that hook out right on that hole I marked. And then I'm going to pull it through. And again, we're going to push that weight up in the, we're going to push that weight up in the jaw. Push that right through the top of his head, and we're going to make sure that that's nice and loose. We're going to do one wrap around the whole head. Now we're going to go through the eye, or what used to be the eye. Get him nice and tight. Now we're going to go through the top. Get him nice and tight. Or her, for those of you, or he, she, whatever it might be. Alright. Now we're going to wrap on that side of the barb. Everything's nice and tight. That hook is not going to move. Make sure we're going to close that mouth. Boom. Boom. And get that wrapped all the way down to the nose. Okay. So, finished product. If this hook is pulling on this belly, you got to cut it, which, you know, normally I'll just squeeze that thing up in there. Look at that. Perfect hook set. I like it. Boom. All right. We got the last one rigged up. Head offshore in the morning and hopefully show you what these things can do offshore.